Well, good afternoon, peeps, and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. Today is Mustang Day. So, that light's gone a bit squiffy. I wonder where that's gone like that. There we go. I hope we're all well. Who's getting sort of things sorted out here? Here we go. There we go. So yes, tonight is Mustang build. So we're going to carry on with the John Wick Mustang. So we've got we have a big box of stuff to get sorted. And we've got the box with all the other bits in. So we've got a box with the parts that I've already completed. So, afternoon, James. Or good evening to you, as you say. I hope we're all well. A schlappy old coffee. So yeah, as I was saying before, I'll probably be doing the Mustang build like this in the future as well, where I'm just going to do so many parts to it every so often, and then sort of go from there. Because it's going to be a bit easier, I think, in the long run. So we're just going to have sort of like bits done, like the engine block there. We're going to probably end up moving this over to the bigger box. Big wheel. But the good thing about it is I no longer need to use this horrible thing. Oh, let's get rid of that box because we don't need that one. Put them there. And we have Mr. Dominic Cooker in saying, "Evening, Ross. I can't stay too long. Dinner is almost ready. I give you a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Much appreciated." So as you can tell, it seems like my cold has seemed to have like gone a bit more. And we have Mr. Mark's Mods in saying, "Good evening, Ross and chat." Good evening, Mark, and welcome to the stream. So yes, we have literally a box full of parts. Yeah. So we're going to slowly work our way through all these. And now that I don't need that horrible screwdriver because I've got this thing to make my life a little bit easier. So I've just got to make sure I get the right size head. I think that's going to be not that one, maybe the next one down. Maybe that one. Yeah, that one looks about right. There we go. So we can get rid of that whole thing. So what I'm going to do first is put that into there. I'm going to magnetise it. There we go. So hopefully that should now be magnetised. So we'll figure out where we got up to, didn't we? Ooh, good idea. Yes. I think I might have some oil somewhere. I've got some downstairs. I'll have to grab that up and bring it up next time. So we're going to get these in order of what we've got done. So what we need to get done. Number 20. One step 2, 24. Use the big piece. Aha. That's what I've been waiting to come through so I can actually start putting bits into it. 23, 1, 2, 4, 30, number 16, 17, 18 and 19. I think they're the ones that will be first, I think, because they'll be going on to the engine. 20, what number are you there? 25. There's that one there. Number 15, 22, 28, 20 and 21. Okay, so quite a few bags here. And we have John Paul joining us saying, "Hi all, good afternoon John Paul, and welcome to the stream." And that's all of them in order. So now we should hopefully be able to work a bit better. And then we've got the replacement part. And that's to do with part 20, I think. So I think the one that's actually in the bag is actually slightly too small. And none of these catalogues are actually in order either. Oh dear. So, 19, 20, 17, 18, 16, 15, 26, 25, 24, 1, 22 and 23, and 27, 28, 9, 30, 31 and then 32. So now they're all in order, we can start working. Move Boxy out of the way. There we go. So undo number on. So, and I still forgot to bring a rubbish bag up with me. What a surprise. So I'm doing that. Show number 15. There we go. Lots of little baggies that are going to get thrown out by the looks of it. I'm going to end up with loads of little screws. But there we go. But we're going to keep hold of all of them because we've got the tray with all the extra screws in there. So what I'm going to probably do is go around, we'll go through them at some point and then sort of match them up and then size wise and then bag them, put them into a little tray just so I've got spares. Just need one of you. So we will put you there and then we can get right. Put you all over that way and then we can change the angle of the camera. Yeah. Let's see. I hope we're all doing well. You've got Mark, Jason saying hi to Dom, and he's also saying hi to Mark, and then Mark saying hi to JC. So yeah, it's not my normal streaming day, so I hope I'm not streaming over on top of anybody else. I don't think I am. It's playing Sleepwalkers again. This is my fault for not checking the camera. So I'm just hoping this is not going to affect. If I do that and turn that one back on, see if that helps. Without for some reason, we seem to be having issues with cameras as of late. Yeah, so I'm going to have to unplug it and then plug it back in, and hopefully it's not going to knock my studio out. Oh, please tell me it's not going to knock it out. Come on, wake up. Let's see if we've got the camera back here. And we have. There we go. We now have Benji cam back. Yay! So at least that part works anyway. Okay, and then put you into there. That certainly makes life a bit easier. It's a lot more comfortable to hold as well, this little screwdriver, compared to the old thing. Where have I thrown it? Oh, it's there. Compared to that one, that's a lot more comfortable to use. So yeah, happy enough with that. And then these parts just supposedly push together like so. And that is it for that one. So, let's slurp. Oh God. We'll put you into there. There's a big John Wick poster. We don't need that in there. Put that there. Put you down there, and then we can just keep putting the magazines in there. We have that one, and that go. So we've got more parts to go onto the engine here by the looks of it, which is good. I'm glad I left the pipes off though, because it's going to be a lot easier to do, I think, with them out of the way. It's the intake manifold assembly what I'm doing now. And we have some more pipes. So for this one, we are going to be needing left and right. So which one's left and which one's right? Aha, right, there we go. Yeah, that's tight. Oh, there we go. It goes onto that side. So we're all looking forward to Christmas out there, and what we're hoping to get. Okay, and then we want screws for G. We need 4 of them. So we're going to be needing 6. I've just had a chat with my lads on a video chat call, and we've started collecting, well, we've started opening our Pokemon advent calendars together, and Draven's opened his one, which is the Bitty Pop things, but he's also been a little bit of a naughty boy because he's opened his Christmas presents early by all accounts. He's obviously found them and decided that he was going to open them all, as I've been informed today. Well, lucky enough I haven't sent his ones down from me yet. Okay, now we need that part, and that's going to go that way around. This screwdriver set, I think I got it off of Amazon. I think, if I remember right. Was it? No, it was a Temu one, if I remember right. And it cost me, I think, just over a tenner. And can't argue with it, because it is a handy little piece of kit, doing the job that I want it for anyway. Yep, and we need 2 of you, so we don't need any more of you. The good thing about it should be long enough to get it into there, which it is. We'll find. There we go. That's the intake manifold, and then we've got the pipes that go onto the engine block by the looks of it, so we're going to have to get them on now, I think. Let's take the engine block out of the bag. that part goes on to there, like so. And we've got 3 pipes. And it looks like, I think they're all the same length. Nope. All 3 are slightly different lengths. So we've got 2 the same length and 1 of the short ones. So the short one goes to the front, which will be that one, which is going to connect onto there. Like so. And these 2 longer ones okay, where's my little tweezers? It might make it a bit easier for me. There we go. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. There we go. So that's them 3. And then this should, in theory, slot over there, like so. God. There we go. Wow. So now looking definitely a lot more like an engine. So yeah, definitely liking the look of this now. That is one big piece of stuff, that is. Now with the other ones for the injector ports and that, and spark plug leads, I am not going to put them on just yet. They will go on again later. But I am going to get some copper wire at some point. I think Mark raised this point up, which is a very valid point of making it all work a lot easier. Number 17. It's fine. Of course, I'm just going to knock it over. Why not? It's in there. Now, I have got another one of these holders, which I am going to probably end up using, but I don't think we need many more. So I will be notifying them that I don't need any more after the sort of 2 or 3, I think, because they'll just get pretty much pointless at that point. I think they're just folders for the sheer hell of it, but we'll play it by ear as we go along, because we're getting charged for them and I don't really want to get charged for them. Number 18, I should open that one for. These are obviously going to clip onto somewhere. The engine manifolds, by the looks of it. Yep, they do. Okay, so this one then goes on to there. It's going to go in a certain way, like so. And we have one side of the engine manifold, but look at it. Yeah, I've got. I'm going to probably invest in a box folder just to hold them all in. I think they're just. It's just a kind of making more money out of us. I think that's what they basically are. In truth. But there we go. That's just my opinion. So we have you. It's going to go onto here, like so. And then you, I'm going to go onto here. You got to admit though, it does look good though. That does look good as an engine block. I think that's that for that one. I don't know how long this is going to take me to do these parts. Probably not that long, but as I said, I'll be waiting. I'll be doing it again similar to this way. So I've got like 3 lots of parts to put together. I think it's a lot more effective way of doing things, in my honest opinion. Another one of these to do the other side, and just make sure we get these in the right order, the right way around I should say. There we go. And then you onto there. There we go, that one's in. That's firmly pushed in. And then we're going to have this one going this side. Like so. There we go. Bring you over there with that one. So, yeah. Actually, I think that's all it is for that one. Yep. Now the magazines, I do like them because at some point I will sit and read them because they have a lot of good information on the back of them about the different Ford vehicles and the history of them. But it's also got about other cars in there as well. It's like this one's actually got about the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. So now we're going to be doing the front radiator grille. I mean, it's like when I did the collecting the parts for my Age of Sigma part work. All my the magazines that came with them, I put them in binders because they basically take up way too much room, in my honest opinion. Okay, so we now have you, and there's supposed to be a pin there, but it's obviously gone knockabout. Strange. Yeah. Let's get you in the right position. There we go. So I don't know if anybody else is out there building the Mustang, but I'd like to hear their views on how they're getting on with it. Gimme. Yeah, I don't think this stream is going to be as long as my Monday stream. And that was 4.5 hours long. But we did get to complete the USS Enterprise aircraft carrier, which I was quite chuffed about. And the next one we're going to be starting on the Mondays will be the V-22 Osprey. He's going to be my next build. Okay. And then we'll put the 2 fans in place. Like so. Nothing holds them in place, just pure grip ones. There we go. That's the fans in. Now we just need this one. And that one goes on top of special pins. No, just push it on. There we go. Go in the bin. And now 20 is where I think the reason why they sent out this extra spare part. Just wait a minute. There. So we have a replacement part. Now why, I haven't got a clue yet, but we'll figure it out now. Same size there. Ah, I think I know why. the original part is missing something off it. It's missing one of the little radiator connectors, I think. A tiny little thing there. Let's get this out. So on this one that actually came in thing, but I'll probably find a use for this on one of my model builds. But yeah, on this one there's a tiny little pin that's supposed to be just there, which you can see on this one. Over this. Let's bring the camera in a bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, it's that little pin there that's missing off of this one. So we don't need that one. So that's going to be a spare part. Give me a, there you go. And one more. Beep. Okay, okay. Right, going there. And then this then connects onto these two, like so. And we need two of these screws. That's one tight enough. Yep, there we go. Next up we have you going on top of there. There we go. That's going to go this way around. Like that. I do like it, the fact it's got a, like a little tiny Ford label on top as well. And then this, which way up are you going to go? Yep, this way around. Like so. And you want 4 screws. You don't need that last one. You go into there. Definitely a lot more firmer using this screwdriver than the one that's come with the kit. I must admit, it's a lot easier to use. A lot more comfortable. Because it always felt as if like I was stripping the screw when I was putting them in before. Well, that's a bit flimsy, but there we go. And you onto there. And we have you going onto there. And coming round and going up onto this thing, like so. There we go. Again, I'll probably actually put some copper wire in there. I did bring some home with me, but I've left damn stuff downstairs, so I will at some point do that. I'm glad I brought my coffee up with me. It's not exactly the warmest up here again today, but I can't justify putting the oil heater on. So I've got a oil heater just behind me, but it's takes a while to heat up. And I was on a call with my boys before I came up here today, and I forgot to put it on before I did. So we've got Apple McNifflin saying evening Ross, John Paul, Dom and Mark. And we've got Mark saying hi to Apple. Now Mark, have you actually done the Mustang yet? So I know the what do you call it? The Eleanor is, I suppose, very similar to this one. And then you've got the Gone in 60 Seconds, not Gone in 60, the Bullet Mustang. I would have thought they'd probably be very similar in build, to be quite honest, especially with the engines and that sort of thing. No, never done a Mustang. You ever think of doing one, or are you just not gonna be bothering you to do one of these? I mean, I've only just done this because I've basically started no, but I might actually see if I can actually find somebody that's going to be willing to do me some 3D prints of John Wick and his pup. And that's what I would like. And then I can actually put them into a case and build a case for them to sit into. And then you. That's it. That's on. And then you just push in, I suppose. Take it like so. Not very secure, is it? There's no way of securing that in there. Not very tight. So we may have to oh, there we go. That's better. Where's the other flathead ones? There you are. That's the ones I want. I'll try and clean them up a little bit though. What is blue paint getting all over them? But yeah, it's something I'll have to look into and see if somebody can do some 1/8 scale prints of John Wick and a pup for me. I think that looked quite good. Make sure that's pushed down fully. There we go, that's in now. Yeah. There we go. And then there's that big piece. And that's that one done. And number 22 is basically another one of them. Put this on there before I forget. do these parts first. Well, I've been itching to get these parts for ages. So I had to really control myself not to actually start putting them together and not stream it. I did start this purely as a stream build. But no, I will behave myself and wait until the parts arrive. Can't see. So I think Colin's doing the Eleanor Mustang at the moment. That's it. Yeah. There we go. And this. One goes onto there like so. And I'll check this one's going to do. The same thing, but just the opposite way around. Like so. So yeah, that's actually real fabric there. Not plastic. Interesting. And we'll use these, and then we'll wrong ones. There we go. And then we have one single. Let's see, so we'll put them in there. So then we have some bits to go on here. So we're going to connect this part up to the front of the engine block. Brr. That's not supposed to go in there, is it? Let's check that out for a minute. Push that through. Set that down there. And you can go that way. There we go. Oh, that looks right. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that now. So this basically slots onto there. Right, so that then goes onto there, I think. Looks like it. Okay. So we have let's see where these pipes go. A 16D, I think, is one of the smaller ones, but see if we can secure this thing in place at the moment. It's going to be this one, and that one sits onto there like so. Right, let's just take that off a minute. Push this into place. Take it off. It's not sitting down fully. There we go. Now, why you're not going in without breaking it. There we go. That's got it. Now we can put you in place. Like so. Yay. Do the same for this side as well, I think. It might say, always do an inventory when you get a delivery of span home. Are shocking at the moment for missing mags and parts. Yeah, as I said, I've got one of the pipes missing on mine. And I didn't notice it until later on. So, yeah, I will be having to sort something out with that. But I think I've got some pipe that looks very, very similar, or is a similar thing. So I will then use that. Okay, put you onto there. And that's that part done. And that part done. Perfect. And then we'll push you back into place. Like so. Now we should, in all theory, be able to connect this up. And you go onto there, you go onto there. Oh. There we go, sorted. That's you in place. Now it does look really, really good, this does now. Yeah, see if you notice there, good. But yeah, so far I've only had the one pipe missing. Which I'm quite impressed with, because I have tried doing something very similar to this in the past with somebody else. I think I can't remember what make they were, but yeah, the amount of missing parts was unbelievable. That's you in. Yeah, Schwein. There we go. Get in position. Thank you. There we go. That's you done. Now we have two pipes that come over. I think it's the short one, 2. That's going to go onto there. like so. Is that one of the longer ones? I can't remember now. It's maybe a bit strange. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, I've put the wrong one. Yeah, that's one of the longer ones, and that's obviously one of the long ones. Okay, bring you down there. So you two are the long ones. This is the short one. There we go. That's better. Schwein. It wasn't on fully. Now you are. Okay. And that's you in place. Now, I think that's the only the other one goes. I suppose there's one that's going behind in front there. It doesn't really show it that clearly. There's one that's showing it's going above this, but going down behind there somewhere. We'll see. We shall see in the next magazine. Because we have another radiator by the look of it. Part 23. There, more to go. It's the installing the intercooler. So we have this pipe is going to go and connect to the two turbos, and we have to go through there, underneath there, underneath there. And we have you to push into there. Like so. And then you go in there. You don't want to stay in there. There we go. Gotcha. Now all these. So that's them two parts of them. And then you have these, which are going to be left and right, no doubt. position. Usually else you don't knock parts off us. There we go. So then you are going to go up onto there, like so. You then go onto this side. Like so. And then this one, obviously, oh, just drop the damn thing. Into there, and into there. Well, that's why I think it's supposed to go anyway. And then we'll have a pipe to connect to it by the looks of it as well. We're not going to know that until the next issue by the looks of it. Yep. So we've got 2 pipes to go on yet. So there we go. Part 24, which is the actual raised piece here. I think we're finished with the engine for a minute. We'll move you over there, out of the way. Yeah. Oh. Get rid of a big bob of that makes it quite big, and that the engine block can go into that while it's being kept out. And now we have this plate, which is going to go where? Oh, over there. Good job on disposing of these little baggies in a black bin bag. So I think if my bin man saw me the amount of little baggies that I'm throwing out, they'll think I'm actually having way too much fun. There we go. So I'm going to go onto there. There we go. Can't wait to start getting the actual upper body and the lower body parts to go on this. I think it's going to look absolutely stunning when they start going on. So I just let this one in. Okay. That's better. Nice and tight. Okay. And that's basically it for that. This is the only thing I don't sort of like about it, the way they've actually parted out such in a way that it's sort of like, was it worth it, if you know what I mean? And we have center console. And I think We're probably about halfway through these now. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go and use the bathroom. Oh, dear me. Hello. Yeah. Okay, so first up, we're going to need gear sticks and oh, there we go, that, and then we need this and this. So like that, and then we go like that, and then this little plate is going to go that way around. And these screws, which are these ones here. Now Mark, if you're ever on the build and you would like to join me on when I do the Mustang stream, you're more than welcome to drop me a message and I'll send you the link to join, and you can join us if you want, because it'd be nice to sort of like get somebody else's perspective on what we're building basically. And I know you have a lot more experience at these things than I do. As I said, like, this is my first ever one of these. If you'd like to come and join me some point, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, so what I'll do is you are on Facebook, aren't you, Mark? If so, just send me a request on thing, and yeah, next time I do a stream, I'll be very grateful if you'd like to join in. Oh, it even moves as if it's like locking into gears. Oh, that's good. Different. And very much appreciated. That's that one, and then we need 2 of these. It's always good to get somebody who's got experience on doing these things to get their views of what it's like and everything like that. So yeah, be very, very much appreciated. And it also gives me a little bit of company as well. Well, I'm definitely glad I've started off with the Mustang though. But then again, I do have an ulterior motive when it comes to the Mustang, because I used to own one. I lived in Gibraltar. Well, I lived in Spain. I used to have a 56 Mustang. Yeah, so that's going to sit onto there. That's going to look gorgeous. Move you out of the way because we don't need you there. And I'm definitely going to put this back in the bag when it's done, because I'm really getting bits on it already. Okay. And what we've got here, part of the interior as well, this rear back box section here is next. You just sit there somewhere. There. And that's what we're building next. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take anything out of the bag, so that's one thing. Because I'm guaranteed to have got mixed up. And parts of the seatbelts. Yes, we definitely have part of the seatbelts. So no doubt we should be able to put some of the chairs in at some point soon. Or the seats, I should say. Not chairs. No. Okay. Yep, we certainly have. Let's move these over a minute. So we're going to need these parts first. And oh, so we've got to bend some parts on this one. Oh, there we go. Dink. And put them out. Okay, so first of all, we need to slot these one either. Oops, take you out of the way a minute. Get you into there, and then you into there. Actually, I'm just going to do one at a time. There's where I need my flat ones. There we go. That looks like it's going to fit there nicely. Yep. Then we need a screw number, big screw. This one. One and two. There we go. And then Newton are in there. Huh? Static electricity. Yeah. It's up. It really helps you get it in the right hole, Ross. There we go. I think we've got you lined up. Nope. Here. This one's fiddly. Ah, gotcha that time. There we go. That's gotcha. Ah, we shall succeed, as I say. Then we put you into that side and get you and the full one, and then bend you over. And this is why I'm extremely thankful that my screwdriver is magnetic. Gotcha. Yeah, at least that one went on a bit easier. There we go. Sorted. So we have the starts of the seat harnesses. Okay. Next is put in this thing together. So that's going to go on there, and then that goes onto there like so. Now 2 C screws. So what we all having for din-dins out there tonight? I'm having sausage, egg and chips. Maybe I do myself some spaghetti as well. Spaghetti-oos. Can't beat spaghetti-oos. Because I don't eat beans. So it should be spaghetti-oos. Okay, that's onto that. And then you, and I've got the little cigarette lighter. Works it? Yeah, it's a cigarette lighter. Yay! Okay, so then you go into there, and you go into there, and then you push it into there, and you then go into there. I'm surprised I've not heard model making Kitty scratching at the door wanting to come in by now. Normally he is doing. Okay, so next up we have then put you onto there, like so. Turn it over, because I know we've got to push the seatbelt holders into place here, but I'm just going to leave them where they are for a second. Yep. And then let's get at least one of these screwed into place, which will be these 4 holes here. That's it. Get you into there. And so, thank you. Where's your? And that's it. And then the last screw for there. And go in this side. There we go. Now, these, which way up do these go? So they can be around, so they just push into there like so. You go into there like so. Yeah, and then we've got these. And those. Get it there like so. A bit more. There we go. And we have you on that side. Like so. That's where we've got to so far. looking good. We'll build another seat next. So hopefully we should get the seats in tonight. We've got both of them. There's one that I've already built, which is there. So we have one of the seats built. Oh. So we have another 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what, 6 more pieces to do. So I think we might even get the part of the rear seat in as well. That looks it. I'm thinking of actually going for an aircraft next after I've done this one, or one of the lorry builds. I'm not sure yet. So I have to look what's available once I've actually got the Mustang completed. But I definitely won't be getting more than one at a time. Let's put it that way. Thank you. Back in there. Wait a minute. Okay. There we go, that's you in. Now this one should this way. Yeah, should slide in like so. And then this one should push into there. Like so. And that one should go up there. Looks like we're going to definitely get the seats put into place, I think. Yeah. There we go. That should be in place. Yep, that's the other seat done. So yeah, we have 2 front seats. So I'm going to put them in hopefully. Yep. So I'm going to put me in. We have you this side. of the best things about these, I think they're actually going to look as though they actually do slide backwards and forward as well. So definitely interesting. See if that works. We do. The old sheet actually slide backwards and forwards. Put that down there for a minute. Get it out of the way. And we have William join us saying, oh, hello Ross and Mark and Ethel. So afternoon William, or evening to you, whatever. That's sliding up and down nicely. Put it back down there, out of the way. Yeah, well, you're out of the way from it anyway. Empty baggie. Oh. And another little screw. So, that's certainly looking good now. I do like the look of that. And then when you put this in front of it, it's going to look even more. Yeah. Think about it. So yeah, that is going to look absolutely stunning and huge. Next up in bag number 28. Oh. I mean, we've got quite a bit of space left in this one to put these more of these binders in. And if I wanted to make it even better, I just basically swap halfway around and do one with the binder at the front, one with the binder at the back, and it will fit twice as many in it. So yeah, I think this is going to be like the back section here. Parcel shelf, back seat, and main loader part. Okay, put that in the bin. That, and then two pieces there. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can get this stop to fit together now. So you are literally just going to sit on there somewhere. On the floor. I'll put the rear carting mats in as well. So we'll push seats forward. And these just shit in there like that. That'll fit. And then we put this in place. There we go. That's you. And then that into there. You in the middle. And there we go. That's that. This one then goes this way around. Okay, so that's that part in. So this part we have to save for later, by all accounts. So I'm just going to stick him in the bag. For the time being, but yeah, this is looking really good now. Yeah. So put that there, and then that's that one done. Number 29. We've got 3 more parts to do. And that's taken me over an hour to get so far. 4 more parts to do. But yeah, it's definitely come on leaps and bounds compared to what it was before. I think when we started off with just the engine block, and now we're doing parts of the interior panels and the seats. That's a hell of a difference. Oh, and the bag's full of bins full of rubbish. Okay, on the rear quarter panels, which can be somewhere about here. Yeah, that's gonna look stunning. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We need this. Going on to there, like so. Then something about that bit there. Aha, there we go. It'll be the little electric window winder thingamajiggy. So this one we have to push it in like so. Push it into there like so. There we go. Yeah, so that's to do with the window on that. And then we've got Pirate 1980 in, saying afternoon from Atlanta, Georgia. Well, afternoon to you too. And you see we are building the John Wick Mustang, which I'm actually getting to the point now where I'm actually really enjoying it, because it's actually showing it's coming along. Because before, it didn't feel as though it was going to actually move anywhere. It was just basically putting the engine apart together. But now that I've had literally 18 issues put together, it feels as if I'm actually getting somewhere. And we don't need 3 of them, so it's a good job I kept the bigger box, I think. That's the one thing. So we put you into there. Yeah, the mats can stay off a minute. There we go. Put you into there. That's you want. 1, 2, and you to line up. That's it. That's that. And then the last one is going in that one there. There we go. That's you. And put your mats back in for the time being. There we go. And what we got here? I've put more parts of the rear seat. That's good. So it looks like we're going to have the majority of the seats done by tonight. And my parts of the seat belts. Okay. Oh, ow. Look at these. Rich. Oh. And a big touch here. All we need. Bing. Just going to leave that one in the bag for a minute. I'm going to need these 2 parts out. There, and this part. This way then. There we go. There we go. And that's a bit stupid because you've just forgotten to put the good luck. Getting too eager. Completely missed out a load of steps, but never mind. I just wanted to see what it looked like together. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. least it comes off easy enough. There we go. Ah. Yes, you plonker used to put these hinges on first. We have two little hinges. So first we need the hinge onto this one. And they go into there like so. Yep. Okay. That's it. Bin. There's all the little screws. Wait, swine. That's it. It's now in place, I think. There we go. Yep, that's that side on. And put you into there like so. Very good. One of you. Yep. Yeah, definitely right. What you're saying, aren't you glad it's not a glue together? Yes. That's one thing. But I mean, it's been an enjoyable build so far, but it's definitely it's been more enjoyable today because, as I said, I've had a lot more parts to put together, and you see the results of what you're building near enough straight away. And now that I'm actually seeing what looks like a car at last. And put them in place, and we put this in. You in the centre, like so. Put you on there, and then you onto there. There we go. And that's obviously going to go into there like so. Yes. Yeah. That looks good. I did as well. I forgot to put something on. Typical. It's this part here. I forgot to put that on. Okay. Let's see if I can slide it another way. I can dismantle it completely. Yep. Oh well. Bah. Humbug. Usually helps if you look what you're doing, doesn't it, Russ? Get rid of you. Oh, we could have forgot to put one part in. And then we put you where you're supposed to be, in there. Simple as. There we go. Look onto there. Like so. There we go. And you just be careful you don't over tighten these little tiny grub screws. Otherwise you'll end up completely destroying. I'm just waiting to just put a little bit of pressure on it. There we go. we go, sorted. Yay! That's better. You can now go into there, sit there. Good. And one little grubby screw. And go with the rest of the screws. And we're going to get the other side panel in. Yeah, definitely come on leaps and bounds now. And we've got one more after this to do, and it looks like it's part of the gear switch back, I think. By the looks of it. Suspension by the looks of it, that one. Okay, so 2 pieces. And we'll stick you leave along there. There, and go in the bin. There we go, that's that in place. And now we will put that into there and you into position. So, and then that into there. There you're going to need a C screws. Three of them. Okay. That one in. And that one's going to go into there. Okay. That goes into there. And you go into there. Like so. And we'll flip them over. And we should have that one to go into there. Okay, so now we have a nice looking tool with slidey seats. And the last bag now, which I think is to do with the suspension. And put them into there. only been going for 2 hours already. Surprising how time passes when doing this sort of thing. 7:30 already. Huh. We've got on this one. Hang on a minute. No, I'm not losing the plot, am I? Yeah. That was parts 31. Oh. That was well, that doesn't make much sense, does it? They've actually made an error. So, bag 31, which is what I've just done, says that it's which we know was the other side of the rear quarter panel. But when you look through it, it's actually telling me it's bag 32. So they've actually printed, because it even says stage 32 there, but it says stage 31 there. Talk about Confucius in magazine 31. So yeah, it's I wonder what it was. Certainly makes it more interesting to build, I suppose. They put the wrong cover onto the wrong magazine. But I'm not going to bother messing about with it. I'll just get the parts built, because this is the last one for tonight. And then we're going to nestle him in his box until I have the next load of parts in. So yeah. So we're looking at magazine 31, but parts number 32. And just, what are we on here? Now got a steering column. There we go. Actually, a full metal steering column. So first of all, we need so I've got a little bush that's going in the middle there somewhere. So it's going to be interesting to get this lot put together. Go from it. The other one's in there. It looks like we've been given a spare bush as well, so this will be definitely interesting. Yeah, come on in. put you that way around. Usually help you get it right your arse. Oh, God. That's that one in. And we should need one more knitting screw on this side. Yeah. So we've now decided it's a great idea to set bleeding fireworks off. Okay, so that's now that all joined up. And we've got one more little bushy thingy-jiggy there. This could be interesting. Okay, that's happening. Oh, okay, that's that one. And then you go that one. Wait, Spain. Gotcha. That's that one side. And there's one more little dodgy screw. How's that? And you go into this side. There we go. There. Okay, now we need, so that's the indicator column. You go into there like so. And then you put you, see if we can get you into place first. There we go. You want there. You want there. Oh, you should get the right way around, Ross, you plonker. Okay. Put you onto there, like so. Get you, push you in, and then do that, and there we go. We have a steering column. So that is basically it for the build so far. If I move the camera back, we can see a bit better what we've got done. Now, I must admit, getting this off of TikTok shop, one of the best things I've got, and it's actually designed for dismantling phones, but it's done a cracking job for this, and it's a lot more comfortable than that horrible screwdriver that I normally have to use that comes with it. So yeah, I'm definitely glad I got that. That makes life a lot easier. So we've got a steering column. Then we've got all the steering column sorted together. It looks really good. I'm just going to stick somewhere in there. We have quite a bit of the engine block together. Now, I do know there's other pipes to be connected up and everything, that I will sort them out once I've got the copper wire inside them to make sure I can shape them a bit better. But yeah, I mean, that absolutely looks stunning for an engine block. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, I think we've got another big bag down in here actually. Engine block into it. Yeah, I'll do that. So we'll bag up the engine block and go in the bin, just so it keeps it sort of semi-protected. If it'll fit in, that is. I don't think it will. Oh, just. I'll just go in there. There we go. Just helps hold some of keeping the dust off it and everything. For the time being. There we go. That's that sorted. Move that up. And then we have a couple of the old cheese coming together really, really nicely. And I am seriously well chuffed the way it's going together so far. Because when you think about that is the interior of that car, and it looks brilliant. Sometimes I get a weird dashboard and everything in, so I'm going to put that in the back like that. But we do have this bag, so I'm hoping we can get it to fit sort of up a bit. I don't think it's going to do that well on it. I think that's going to be about as far as it's going to go. That was the original bag for this, but yeah, it's not going to go any further. So we just have to rely on the box for this. And lucky enough, we do have the deep box. Should be able to fit you in there. Oh, just nicely. And then hopefully we should be able to slide the engine into there like so. Mr. Wheelie, we've done it back there. This way it just keeps it all covered nicely, and it stops from anything from getting damaged. And then we've got that part which we have to save for later, which I think's part of the rear wing. I think. Why they put it in now, I don't know. And then we've got the front fender, and then we have the bonnet plate, which will be going in just sitting there. So, yay. That's kept it all nice and together. I'm going to get it closed up now. What have you got caught on? Let's see. You into there. There we go. So it's all sealed up nicely. So that's kept that all outside safely. And there we go, 32 magazines all into one sleeve folder for the time being. So yeah. Whee! There we go, and that's that sorted. So thank you very much everybody that's joined us tonight. And yes, it's been a bit of a quiet one, but anyway, it's been a very good fun build. And there we go. So yeah, I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody that has joined me, and I will be back again for doing the Mustang build when I get another, say, 18 issues to put together, because then we just see it jump from being what it is to something a lot more substantial each time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how we go from there. So this will now return to the under the bench, out of the way, so it's nice and safe. Now next Monday I will be back with my next Lego build, and that is going to be of the Osprey. So that's what we're going to do. We are building an Osprey next week on Monday, but before then I will be back on Friday to carry on with the Lancaster build. So yeah, so I will say bye bye for now, take care, stay safe and happy building. Bye for now.